Good morning, fellow option traders. This is Jeff, and welcome to the daily scan for Wednesday, June 25th, 2014. I had to think there for a minute what the year was. All right, yesterday's scheduled announcements were kind of a mixed bag. Consumer confidence and home sales were up a tad, but the home pricing index missed pretty badly, but that's not why we had the reversal yesterday, and I can't really account for it. I don't know of any one individual news event that can account for it either. It's just generally, like I mentioned in yesterday's video and almost every video, that things are not well in the world. Alright, so for today, we have durable goods orders and the gross domestic product, both at 8:30. Could be pretty interesting. Alright, let's take a look at the futures across the pond. All bearish in Asia and in Europe. Same story. In the U.S., we're looking pretty flat for an open here. Gold is down almost $8 overnight, and oil is up 58 cents, but still below 107, which is our recent bogey for a high, I guess you could say. Okay, so yesterday I had to get out of my BIDU trade that I took the wrong side on accidentally because, I don't know, I must have had my head someplace where the sun doesn't shine. That's all I got to say. And I think most of you understand that. That happens once in a while. I was hoping that that possibly it may work out, but here it is right here. Took the wrong side. And it was working out, actually, for a while. And then yesterday morning happened. And it did pull back a tad in the afternoon. But nowhere near like what the market did. And I was pretty shocked when 3:30 rolled around and my alarm went off. And so, well, it's time to go take a look and see what's going on. I went, what, we're down 108 on the Dow? The Dow is still that reference number. If I would have said, 8 points on the S&P or something like that, probably would not have mattered to most people. Let's take a look at that. So we're 1958 to 1942. So that's about 16 from the high to the low. 1960, right on the head. So around 11:30, things started turning for the worse, I guess you could say. It's feeling pretty good before that, but still overall, if we were to take a look at, what do we get into? SPX? Is that what we're in? Yeah, let's try RUT. Oh, no, NDX? I can't even remember. Let's go take a look here. We are in NDX, that's right. I'm sorry, I probably look like an idiot here, because I don't even know what trades I'm in, or what positions I have taken. We are looking kind of flat here, but from a weekly perspective, and we're only going to be in this a short while. Have an alert set here, which is a kind of a panic alert. Arbitrary price level, sort of. I wanted to stay below the low for the last 4 weeks. Or 4 days, I should say here. Or for the previous week. So that's where we are with that one. Alright. Reviewing the rest of the trades, kind of like have some mixed up things going on here. I think we're just going to wait and see what happens today. if we're going to be anything like Europe, it's not going to be pretty. We have, if we know our delta, it is displaying some of the deltas here. Amazon, we have some negative delta on Chipotle, positive, and TLT. Lots of positive delta on them. So, without any further ado, let's jump right over to the A+ list and get going with that. We've had some kind of long videos, and let's see if we can shorten them up a little bit here. Alright, Apple, we are still in sort of a setup mode with Apple, but not really, because we didn't get up here at least to 70 on this cycle in the stochastic. So we're just going to kind of sit back on Apple, and looks like as though things might be changing. From a weekly perspective, 3 bad weeks. And it's happened before, so no big surprise there. Amazon. Here we are with our 20 delta on Amazon. Looks like as though it's going to work out pretty well here. We'll see how this wave or cycle in the stochastic might affect the price here. Sometimes the stochastic does move and price doesn't move a whole heck of a lot. Momentum indicator is definitely pointing down. It's coming down on the weekly. Stochastic's coming down on the weekly. So, looking pretty positive for that trade in Amazon right now. Boeing, we're calling this a new downtrend. We're looking for a move up here. We're just started moving down over here on the 20 on the weekly. So on 20 week, we're moving down. Some pretty good positive reinforcement indicators here. This would have been, you know, if you're day trading or something like that, and you want to do a 50 delta, this is looking more and more attractive as a way to just to get in and out on a lot of these things. But you would have to look. You'd have to look at 1048 and 1206. So if you jumped in here at 1206, you'd probably end up having to get a strike at 130, and it would have paid off by the end of the day. Alright, BIDU. Yeah, this was our stupid trade for the week. Happens every once in a while. Cost me a couple $100 though, I believe. So stupid trade of the week. Should have just reversed it yesterday, but I didn't. And I'm probably in this shaky kind of market here with these confusing trends and all this going on. I'm probably going to be leaning more towards the 20 delta, unless you're going to be doing something over here. You know, when you get a double red down at this time of the day here, which is nooner, and you want to like take a shot, you can take a shot. Alright, Celgene. We have the split coming up. We're just going to stay away from that for right now. Chipotle, we are in with a 20 delta. We got a little bit of a doubtful squiggle here in the stochastic, but still looking pretty good on Chipotle. Costco, we had them yesterday as a possibility. They did not participate in the pullback. So now we are looking to alert this trade, which would be above the high from yesterday. So we're throwing an alert on here. So we move from a setup to an alert, just sort of like the way it's supposed to work, right? CVX, oh, what happened to CVX? Wow, there goes that run. The run has been broken. Something international that might be related to oil. was the news yesterday. Is that may have affected, maybe part of the reason that the market was affected like this. Not really 100% sure on that. So now we might be lining up, and it might be giving us opportunity to partake in this move. Alright, let's take a look at the Dow. So yeah, it had the big reversal here. So it went from, let's see, 1970. Dang it. It's that finger. It's that middle finger being too close to the right mouse button. Yes, okay, so what we were saying here, 1970 to 1968. Let's see here, what do we want? Okay. Yeah, 16. Well, anyway. Quite a move. Never mind. Let's not talk about it. It was a big move. Igor, big move. Coming down, giving us a setup. This is almost too big for a setup. I'm not liking the size of that candle. Nonetheless, we will add it to our 20 delta list. EOG with an up arrow. Alright. Moving right along. FedX. We're trying to move right along. Still no entry opportunity on FedX. F5 networks. Oh, we have an opportunity here. So we're looking at weekly uptrends. On the daily, we got the 20-day is bending down. It really tried to ignore the pullback in the market yesterday. So I'm calling this a setup for a bull put. Only a 20 delta because of the conflict in the two indicators here. Alrighty. Gold. Still hanging up here. Still not... I'm looking at it every day, just not pulling the trigger here for that covered call. Nothing else happening though on gold. Google's going to come out with a set-top box, so how about that? We're at a point of resistance here. Still, we have a target set up here for a bull put. So we're just going to hang in there and wait for it to move to it. LinkedIn, lots of confusion, static, noise. Not really exactly sure what to do with that. Might be a candidate here for... This might be a good place to put in a bull put and then look at maybe condorizing it in the future. So I'm going to put them down for a 20 delta for right now. And that would be with a bull put. 3M. Alright, we have set up on 3M. NDX, we are in NDX. We might add to it if we get a move up today, seeing as how every other index around the world was down or is down. If we move up today here in the US, I might just add to this. Netflix. We had a failure here. So we might be in for a 20 delta here just because of this failure. So I'm going to put another target here, and we're going to make it yellow. And I'm not saying that it's been my experience that when you get a failure, then you might want to consider a 20 delta. I'm just saying that this is in a pretty strong uptrend, and I sure would like to participate in it, and I don't want to ignore it just because of this little green line. I can ignore it for a 50 delta, but let's take a look at it for a 20. Alrighty, price line. Alright, is it trying to give us a 20 delta here? I don't know, we're still waiting. So this is valid. We're getting a little confusion about which direction we're really trying to go here. If we get a little bit of a hookup here, I might go in with a 20 delta. So I'm going to put them on the 20 delta list for a bull put. And looking at their IV percentile at 37, should get a pretty good premium on that. Should be able to get far enough away to feel comfortable. Alright, Russell. Alright, big move down yesterday. We have a setup for a 20 delta on the Russell. This should be yellow actually, because we're not doing 50 deltas on any of these cash indexes. So we have a setup for a 20 delta. And maybe rather than adding to NDX, I might go with RUT. Alright, SPX, same thing, coming down here in the target area for a 20 delta. TLT. We're in TLT. I need to mark it. Alright, so here we are. We are at shorts at 110. I got the wrong one in here. 110. Okay. That's the right way. Okay, now we're good. Alright, Tesla. They were on our list yesterday. Yes, they were. We didn't get confirmation. So, we're just going to take a pass on it for right now. And last but not least, at the 18-minute mark, is Visa. Visa's in a downtrend on the 20-day, uptrend on the 50-day, downtrend on the 20-week, uptrend on the 50-week. I would say, I'm saying that the 20 wins the bet here, and that we are in a downtrend. So I'm going to slide this over. And that's it for today. Thank you very much for watching. Have a great day and happy trading.